Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you doing today? Hope everything in your world is good. This is going to be a quick in and out because I've got stuff to do. So, the other day we had talked about wanderlust and what it would take for me to find my place in the world financially, and I got I get a lot of private messages from you guys. The comment section is open. I'm open to discussing all of this stuff in the comments, but I do get a lot of interesting behind the scenes comments. And, the reality is that in order for me to become more financially stable, I'm going to have to be the one to enact that change. It's not just going to magically happen, and I know that. And that's just an adult lesson, like a life lesson that you have to learn that nobody's going to look out for you. Just because, like, you have to make that a priority, and I know that. The thing is, I don't even know where to begin. Um, I'm basically a junior developer. I've only been actively, like, professionally developing for the last few years, like 3 or 4 years now. Even though programming has been a hobby of mine forever, that's my, like, quantifiable time frame. So I'm basically like a junior dev, but I'm 40. And so, when you look at junior dev postings, especially in my area, it's like you must have completed your bachelor's degree within the last couple of years. That's not a thing, right? I'm old. They're looking for the new talent. And the biggest issue that I have is I'm a PHP developer, and there's basically no demand for PHP developers. Not because there's no demand for PHP. PHP is like, I don't know, some ridiculous amount of the internet is built on top of PHP. The problem is that there's a bazillion PHP developers, and they all just maintain their products and build new things. And it's not exciting and new, and it's not what all the cool kids are using. So, I don't have React, and I don't have Vue on my resume. I don't have C Sharp, and I didn't even know which language I should begin with. Around here, where I live in West Virginia, there's a decent amount of tech company here, but most of it is government contractors, and so I guess the main language there is Java. So I guess if I spent some time and did some Java development, I could probably, kind of weasel my way into something there. The problem is that the vast majority of those government contract jobs require a 4-year degree, and I don't have one. So I've been looking at options for getting a 4-year degree. That my employer actually offers a program here that is kind of just an online regents degree, essentially. That might be an option for me because those programs don't require any actual type of bachelor's degree. They just want you to have a bachelor's degree because that's kind of like a government thing, right? So I guess the whole point of this conversation is not about asking questions, because I think I know the answers. The answers are, if I want to take this seriously, if I want to seriously progress, I'm going to have to do something other than PHP and JavaScript, which is what I know very well. And I'm going to have to learn some other technologies that I don't know just to make myself marketable. And that's the tough part. I don't have time for it. Like, I don't have time to sit and tinker with other things very often. And when I do, that's the time that I spend, playing video games or whatever, actually enjoying life. And there's not a lot of that time left, especially like now that it's soccer season and stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my ear to the ground, and I'm going to keep, poking and prodding. I mean, the other problem is that I'm not leaving this area. My kids are here. I'm not leaving this area. So will I find myself, a remote job? That's possible. If I could find one that would take me. Will I find myself doing contract work? That's definitely possible too. And contract work I can do on top of my normal job. But I'd have to find something that's lucrative enough and gives me enough time that I would feel it to be valuable. And those are difficult to come by. So I keep looking. But, I do appreciate all of the back channel messages and advice. I really appreciate it. So if you have any more, keep it coming. I'm not going to tell somebody to stop giving me advice. So that's what I have for you today. I've got a lot of stuff going on tonight, so thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It's a 3-day weekend here in America for Labor Day on Monday, so I will be here Monday, and I will see you then.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from Wikipedia. What igneous rock can float on water? Pumice is comprised of highly microvesicular glass pyroclastic with very thin, translucent bubble walls of extrusive igneous rock.